So, my topic is authentication plus confidentiality. Uh, so, the encryption and authentication can be combined in order to transmit an IP packets from that has both confidentiality and authentication. As we know, confidentiality and authentications are an important assets of data to be transferred while transferring. So while transferring it is done by the approach of ESP with authentication option, that is encapsulation security protocol with the authentication option. In this approach, the user first applies the ESP to the data to be protected and then appends the authentication data field. That is, first it has the data is applied with an ESP and then it is authenticated. In this option, there are two sub cases, that is using transport mode ESP and tunnel mode ESP. Transport mode ESP authentication and encryption applies to the IP payload delivered to the host, but the IP header is not protected. And the tunnel mode ESP authentication applies to the entire IP packet delivered to the outer IP destination address, and the authentication is performed at the destination. So the transport adjacency is adjacency. In this case, ESP is used without the authentication option because the inner SA is a transport SA encryption is applied to the IP payload. The resulting packet consists of an IP header followed by an ESP. AH is then applied to the transport mode, so the authentication covers ESP plus the original IP header except the mutable fields. The transport tunnel bundle, the use of the authentication prior to the encryption might be preferable for several reasons. That is, the authentication is done prior to the encryption. There may be several reasons. The main two reasons can be: the first one, because the authentication of the data are protected by the encryption, it is impossible for anyone to interrupt the message and alter the authentication. The second reason can be it may be desirable to store the authentication information with the message at the destination for the later references, that the authentication information can be used at the later stages also. Thank you.